we can edit it later.
Okay.
Yeah, I just was just basically saying what I was saying. Like I saw someone earlier that some fallout remover had gone into his eye. He's gone off to the hospital. He's had his eye flushed and all that sort of thing. And there's a 50-50 chance that he's not going to be able to see it out of that eye again.
Seriously.
And that was from a bit. Yeah, and that was fallout remover spraying it, the wind going the wrong direction and coming back in his face.
Yeah. Yeah. Tire and glue, fallout, it's all nasty stuff, is it? You know, if you think about what it's doing to dirt and grease and everything, it's gonna have no issues with damaging your eyesight. Yeah. And none of us wear goggles, do we? I don't.
No, because you think you look silly, so I'm not going to wear goggles because I look silly or I haven't got time. But
I ain't worried about looking silly. I mean, look at that hair. I'm always looking silly. That's why I always wear a hat. Oh my god, my hairline was there about 6 months ago. Paul, what are you doing to me? Definitely gone up an inch.
That's detailing. It's all this detailing you keep doing.
I know. It's the stress of video editing. I've been doing a video today, and I'm already on 662 video clips, and I'm halfway through machine polishing. I've still got to do the ceramic coating. I've got to take the wheels off and everything, so it's going to be a whopper. Bloody nightmare.
You're making a film or a video?
I don't know. My record's just under an hour, but I'm trying to get them down to about. I look at the how long people watch the videos for and everything, and it's about 15 minutes, and then people start getting bored. So I'm trying to. If I do loads and loads of video, I can edit it down and sort of make it fit. But I think between 10 and 20 minutes is ideal, really, isn't it?
I could do a 2-minute reel.
Yeah, I probably like more than 10 minutes out of a video.
Thing is, I've got so much to say. I want to share the knowledge.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah, I share a lot until a camera makes my face, and it's like I don't talk at all. It's like 2 minutes long.
You're getting better, Paul. You're getting more confident. I keep saying to you that interview we did with you at Waxstop last year, you were fine. You know, when we went to another company, that was all right. So you're getting more confident. No, I don't think anyone likes, looking themselves on video, because you pick up on mannerisms you didn't think you had. It's like, oh my god, I do that.
Yeah. And it's Christ, you sound boring. What are you doing?
I sound boring. He just said I sound boring.
No, I sound boring.
I think he's talking about himself.
Yeah.
I done a video comparing two products.
I sound boring. What am I doing?
Not that long ago, and I watched it back, and I thought, I am so monotone. So it's like, and I didn't share it. I still have it, and I thought,
it is a weird one, because if I look back at my old videos, I think I've talked to Paul about this, that I look back and cringe now. They were taken with a mobile phone, so monotone and boring and everything. But then I talk to other people, and they say, no, that shows how you've evolved. How you know what I mean? It's a journey, isn't it? When we first start off, you don't know what you're doing, and then you talk to other people and you look at how other people do it. Well, we've all got our own different styles, haven't we? If you look at Paul Dalton, he's got his style, which is excellent. I've been watching him for years. Love watching his videos. Rab's definitely got his own style, and I love doing it. I like Rab. You take a bit from each people, don't you? Think if you're enjoying someone else, don't copy them, but look at why you're entertained, why you're still watching after 10 or 20 minutes, and ask yourself, should you be sort of doing something not the same but similar? But it's we're all learning from each other. That's what I say. I might learn something off you, Paul, one day. You got a posh microphone.
I'll send you the link off eBay, did I?
No, I've just bought one. It's over there, but I haven't set it up yet. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. But yeah, never mind. How's business? Sorry, Paul. Go on.
It's my microphone, and the first one I had nothing but issue. It would work fine until I go to record, and it just didn't want to record. I do no different, and it just didn't want to play games.
Really?
So I thought I'd spend a little bit more money and buy something.
I did look at the Rode one. Yeah. The Rode one looks quite good. The one I've got is probably about 80 quid. I thought I'd go sort of middle of the road, but this road one that everyone talks about. So, yeah, I'll get on with one I've just got, and then get another one if I need to. But I think it's important, isn't it, to have good audio? I mean, I'm just using the audio on my laptop at the moment. I don't know if it's coming in okay, but it is what it is.
It sounds okay. I mean, I've got the earphones on because obviously I've got the microphone plugged in and everything, so I have to put the earphone.
Yeah.
Because you speak on the computer it's really blotchy, so it's do it this way, or I might as well just sit here in silence.
Yeah. How's business, Anthony? How's the last week been since we last chatted?
Yeah, it's getting busy again, thank God.
It is. Yeah.
The products is always on a level kill. They just take over, but detailing side, where I'm in the sticks here, so I just have to wait and sort of weather the storm here through the winter, and once it picks up.
Do you find this sort of seasonal? I mean, there clearly will be seasonal. You know, my not running a business, I'd think, naively think that business gets good at the ramp up for Christmas, but then I've talked to some detailers and said there was a slump in December. Summer's always going to be good, but what's your sort of seasonal sort of dips and peaks?
It's been very strange since COVID hit. Usually for me, it would have been January, February time would have been the quietest time of the year. But last year, I think it was May, June was dead on its feet.
Really?
And when that passed over, I hadn't enough hours in the day. You know what I mean? It was just the inconsistency was quite scary.
Yeah.
Just depends on location as well, I suppose, when you think about it. Because I know our guys they're just flat all year round. They're living in cities.
So have you got a shop, or have you got a detailing studio, or is your main focus online sales, or what's your setup?
I've had three different studios in three different towns, but I now have our garage at home converted into a detailing bay.
Oh, cool.
And I have 2 other storage units as well for the products. So, it's only temporary. We want to get set up in a town where we can run the studio and the shop, as a full scale business. But there's no point doing it here where I'm at. I'm only in a wee village outside, sort of 12 miles on the other side of a town. So it's okay. The online sales is doing good, but we want footfall as well. We want people to come in and show up. So the more we get, the more.
Yeah, they sort of work off each other, don't you? If you get people coming to the shop and everything, and you've got that personal engagement with them, and then then they can after sales online and all kind of stuff. So I'm a great believer on the face to face. There's nothing wrong with some companies that are purely internet based, and you get to know a lot of the owners on the internet. But I think that physical face to face, you with people, you build relations with them, and they get to know what makes you tick and what motivates you. So definitely think that'd be a good idea for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's doing well. It's doing well. You just have to try and keep it fresh, I suppose. Sort of since Chemworx has started, I've sort of neglected the detailing side of things, to be honest with you. I don't really push it as much. So I suppose it's just what customer comes to me. I've been about a long time, so as I say, it could be very quiet. Next week I've 2 or 3 in. I have a Porsche 911 Turo towards the end of the week. It's a 1991.
Yeah, I don't know what time I'm dropping it off, Anthony, but I'll try and get it to you as quick as possible.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not looking forward to it because it's been sitting in the garage for 4 years, and it's 1991.
Oh,
so you know yourself, it could be a lot of stuff.
You don't know what you're going to get, do you?
No. It could be a real clinker, or it could be a real disaster.
Yeah.
So.
You'll have to take some photographs of it before and after, because you know what I mean. When you've got a really challenging car and then you transform it, that's they're always good videos and everything. And especially if you're using your own products and everything, the best way to sell your products is to show them in action and look what we did using our products. It was looking like this, and now it's looking like this. So, and a sexy car is always a good thing.
Well, that's it. It's all part of the process. Having something nice to show off at the end of it, like.
Absolutely.
It definitely is.
I'll be glad when I see. Go on, Paul.
Doing short videos like or an after, like on your snow foam, on your pre-wash and something like that. I mean, a short video is only 15 to 20 seconds long. There's enough there to catch someone's eye to come have a look at your product, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you video for 20 seconds, it feels like a lifetime, but it's just something there that's gonna show off.
A lot of people say we should do shorts because it naturally takes people to the sort of YouTube channel. But I don't know. I like the idea of shorts. In my head, how much information a short is really to promote something. In my eyes, it's such a short period of time. It's just it's drawing attention to something. And as you know, our videos are about talking through the process and all that kind of stuff. But I might try, Paul, and you can tell me how I'm getting on. All right. The thought of doing a 60-second video is like foreign to me, but we'll give it a go.
It's not even 60 seconds, like 20 seconds.
Isn't it?
So you do a short video, so you take a clip out of your video, make it into 20 seconds, so it then advertises the video that you're going to put out.
Oh, right, yeah. So you're signposting.
Wanting more. Yeah, basically, it's a for your video. It's just one of those things, isn't it? But
might try that.
Yeah, to be fair, shorts hit a lot of people in a very short period of time. So once it gets to like 4,000 people views, that's hit its peak. You probably won't gain any more than that because that's all it's hit. But it works for some people. It doesn't really work very well for me, but it does work for some people.
Yeah, something I'm going to look into, definitely.
Yeah, and it's again with the with YouTube, they're now adding that to your view count and everything else through the monetizing and whatever it is. They now add the shorts into it all. So you could just have a whole channel for the shorts, and it will include into your watch time and that sort of thing now.
So your views on shorts goes on your, because to monetize you've got, was it 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours or anything? So will your shorts go on to that?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll help some people.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, what I'm told, it does go on to that. But I mean, you've got like a 20-second short. I mean, you need 4-hour view time. That's a lot of shorts to throw in there.
No, I thought I didn't think shorts went onto it, but you might be right. You might be right.
Apparently, it changed January this year, so this month it changed over to it now does include that from this month.
Well, that's a good thing.
But I know previously it hasn't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's why I never really done shorts.
You might see one coming soon then.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Coming soon.
That's it. Yeah. All shorts sponsored by Detailing Reviews.
The time I release this onto YouTube, you'll probably have had about 50 shorts released by then.
That's it. Yeah. You've definitely got record pressed, haven't you, this time?
Yeah. It's been recording for 15 minutes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you should be able to see it this time. Should be all right this time.
Excellent. Good stuff.
Getting sort of back onto a little bit of a track. Chemworx. So tell us more. Products,
obviously
information.
Started through the love of the business, the detailing industry. I actually was going back a few years. I was actually supposed to start a coating company with another detailer. So we had a business plan and everything done, and it fell through basically. So another year had passed, and I still had an itch that needed scratched, and Chemworx was born. So obviously we started off with just like a simple 3-stage process. Your pre-wash, pure shampoo, and the SiO2 detailer. So we just was trying to cover everybody's bases, whether you were just using the products for your own car or you had a ceramic coated car. It kind of fell into everybody's. Don't even know what the word I'd be looking for. It just suited everybody basically. And the feedback we got straight away was absolutely fantastic. But we get carried away. I would say we get carried away in year one when we started bringing out a lot of products, which then I felt, look, this isn't part of the plan. Let's sort of rewind here a wee bit and make sure that everything's going out as fit for purpose. And so that's where we're at the minute. We have 11 products in the range. We've been asked for several more, but as I've said, I'm sticking to what we have for now. I'm making sure it's right. I'm making sure it's competing with everybody. And we have a couple of wee gems in the range that I find very, very unique. And so do some of the other detailers that use the products. So we're just we'd love to get it into the mainland UK and let everybody try it and see how they feel about it and see if they feel the way we do. Because at the end of the day, if they've never tried it, they're not going to be. They're just going to say that there's another brand.
So Anthony, when you talk about putting products to market, do you test them? You test them yourselves. Do you have a group of sort of in-house testers? Have you got a bank of professional detailers that you get a honest feedback from, or do you farm it out to people who review stuff? What's your mechanism for testing, evaluating, and then saying, yeah, we're onto it now, let's release the product?
First, initially, I should have had this in the question. We tested products for 2 years. So prior to bringing the product range out, it's not even just the products. It was sourcing everything. People to design labels, people to print labels, bottles, triggers. Certain products weren't suited to certain bottles. So it was a long process before we brought it to market. So we had people that we trusted that once I was happy with the product, we sent the product to them, other professional detailers. And until we have around 5 detailers that we use who are very big over here and who's very, very honest. And they'll tell you if it's not good, it's not good. But until we get the yes from all 5, even though I like the product, that's the process that we go through. We'll make sure that everybody's on board and everybody's happy. Or if there's anything that they think could help the product be better, then they'll give that feedback to me, and then we'll take it to the chemist and we'll start the sample trial again. So in some cases it can be short, in some cases it can take a long time. For instance, we had a quick detailer, but it was super hydrophobic. But under lights, under the detailing lights, you could still see the very faintest smeariness from the product even after removal, and that was the difference in putting the product to market and not, because the contents of the materials that was in it had to be so high, and if they drop down, then the beading factor dropped down, and then so it wasn't level out for me, because my products are all about how easy they are to use, and it's a long process. Sometimes I'm not the best at explaining these things, but
it's interesting because about 6 months ago I saw on I think it was a Facebook group that there was a new brand. I generally can't remember the brand, but they said they came onto the market out of nowhere and they had, I think, 20 or 30 products. And if you read the stream, people were thinking, if you're saying your products are unique, they've got their own individual USP, how can you suddenly just launch 30 products? And the argument is similar to what you're doing. Your strategy is you get your sort of your main sort of a framework of products, maintenance wash, right through to a detail or a wax and everything. Okay. And then as you evolve, okay, you introduce new products. So I think that's probably a good strategy you've got there. And I do sometimes question when a new brand suddenly comes out with 30 products, you think that must have taken, they've either just relabeled it and sent them, sold it off as their own. You've just said that some products can take 2 years and all that kind of stuff. So I think that in itself is a good thing from your strategy point of view. And as the brand grows, you'll then people will ask you for products. Do you do this? And then you'll go off and do all the market research and everything. So I think that's a good strategy.
Yeah, that's to say. There's a few products we pushed out because of the show season last year. It was at the start of the year, and everybody was right. Can you do this? Can you do that? And it's something we've been testing, but we're going right. Let's bring this forward and get it out for the next show. Let's keep everything fresh. And I found now that 2 or 3 of them products I'm going straight back to the drawing board with because they work, but I feel they could be a lot better, and I know they can be a lot better. So that's where we're at on that. So even our quick detailer, the version 1 was extremely good. And when I mentioned that was bringing out a better version, people were like, "Oh no, we love the original one." I said, "But you'll love this one even better." You know what I mean? It's all down to me and personal preference, and I'm working with these products every day, and it's only wee tweaks here and there, but it's it makes everything better. I'm not going to change something if it's going to make it worse. It's a learning curve. Everything's if I knew 4 years ago what I know now, I wouldn't have started Chemworx, and that's been honest. It's a lot harder than you expect it to be. So it is, and a lot more expensive too.
Yeah.
So it is. But that's where we're at. We have plans for the future for other products, but it'll be a while yet. So it will.
Takes time.
So when you say trying to get into the UK mainland, is that you selling just directly from you, or put into other shops as in resellers? So you sell to resellers that sell off the mainland?
Pretty much both. We have products sent out to some of the big names, and some have come back and said, the products are good, but we genuinely don't have room for other brands at the moment. So that can sort of knock you back a wee bit. We have one company in Scotland who's ready to take a product on. And this is not me being cocky when I say this, but I genuinely believe if I can get these products into people's hands, they will love them. They will really love them. Yes, they're a bit more expensive than a lot of brands out there, but until we can get bigger, that's just the way our prices have to be at the minute. But it levels itself out. Like when you're getting into buying 5 litres of our products, they seem to be a bit cheaper than the bigger brands that are doing the products. The 500 ml is a lot cheaper than what we would be doing them in. So, you buy the small size first, and then what we find, people that buy the small sizes are straight into a gallon straight away. No messing about when their next purchase. But yeah, we'll take what we can get. If people want to buy directly, that's fine. But if we can get into some of the big stores, that would be.
I think what you'll find though is if you do have a pushback, i.e., a company that sells multiple brands sort of says no for whatever reason, I think as your brand evolves and the reputation of that brand gets bigger, if I saw a brand and constantly getting exposure and positive feedback and all that kind of stuff, I'd want to slice that cake. Okay, so you know what I mean. Those things hopefully will come, and I know quite a few people are struggling to get into the bigger shops, okay, to get some shelf space. But I've also seen them evolve, and now they're on that said shelf. So that kind of thing hopefully will develop.
Yeah, touching back on that. On year 1, we actually contacted a company over here, and they want to entertain us. They didn't even want the products. And last year, I contacted the company again, and they couldn't remember hearing from me. And they were very keen to get the products in to try, because they had obviously had heard about it. And so, as you say, it just takes a wee bit of traction and word of mouth, and things will start to evolve.
Because I see a lot of products now in like motor factors, like you got what is it, Power Max, or you got Autoglam, and they're all now going into motor factors, not just detailing shops. Is it something to consider, or it's just to get a name, to get your name out there and process that way?
It's an option, but it's at the end of the day, them places want your products for nothing, and we can supply people with decent discounts if they're buying enough of the product. But we've been in the space where we're selling to detailers, and because they want to sell out of their studios, and you'll get one big order, and then that'll be it, because they're not pushing it. They buy it to sell it, and you see nothing on their socials about having the product, and then they're wondering why they're not selling it. But no, we're going to be very careful about who takes it. People that's willing to, push the brand. People want to take the brand on. If it's me personally, if I invest in a brand, I'm going to shout it from the rooftops, because you want to sell it as quickly as you can. So that's. I'd definitely take any motor factors if that's if they had like a dedicated detailing space, but not just for a product to stand alone, beside aerosols and motor oil, because it wouldn't work for me, I don't think, anyway. So, the idea as a premium brand.
I know a lot.
Sorry, I know that's.
I know a lot of the motor factors around here. No, that's fine. It's a lot of the motor factors around here. They have designated brands, which are an actual space for the detailing brands to go into. I didn't know what it was like elsewhere. That's all. I know what the motor factors are here. They've got a whole area where like different brands in different part of the shop. That's all. So I just thought I'd ask.
And
why not, Paul? It was a good question.
That was a good question.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It's looking at different angles, isn't it? Yeah.
We have toyed with the idea, to be honest with you. Again, it's one of these things. It's about confidence and going in. And we had a couple of knockbacks in year one, going into two different motor factors. One who we've been a customer. I've been a personal customer of for over 10 years. And they wouldn't even entertain us, and they keep a couple of brands. They keep Autobright and Belt Hammer and brands like that, So it's not to say that it was a gamble. They know what they're doing. So they quickly became non-customers of them. I'm a firm believer, if you support me, I'll support you. And that's always been my motto, you know what I mean? So it's
this is a bit of an unfair question. I'm going to out. Okay, it's the killer question. So lots of brands come on the market, lots of brands go. If you this is really putting you under the cosh here, Anthony, but I apologize. But when you're developing your brand, obviously you're aware of all the other brands, okay, and you clearly don't just want to put another brand on the shelf, okay, because then there's nothing to attract them. So what would you say is your a lot of reviewers talk about USP. What is your unique sort of selling piece, okay, that was in your head when you launched this brand? Because psychologically, I've got my brand and I think it's different because, or is it an ideology behind the brand? Is it the products themselves? Is it your pricing strategy? Horrible question to answer, Anthony. I apologize. But you see what I mean? That's potentially what's going to get your brand exposure and your market share, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's a fair enough question. At the start, it's all our products that are concentrated are super concentrated. So we're trying to give people value for money. Yes, they may be slightly more expensive, but you're getting a premium and super premium product. There's a lot of products out there that are copied just straight off the production line, and we like to have a wee twist in ours. Or any product we have that has a scent, the scent is absolutely beautiful, and it adds to the experience. Like we've converted people at shows who were auto finesse fanboys, and they're hard to, for some reason they're hard to turn. But I was actually giving them wee bottles of samples while they're cleaning their car, and I'm saying, look, just take that, try it, and come back and see. Let me know what you think. And they're blown away straight away. Let me see. We've SR1 multi-sealant. It's so easy to use. It's like using a quick detailer. You can put it on through the lance. You can put it on through a foam lance. You can put it on wet and dry. It's them wee products that they're different to the rest. If you ask me, it's not just like a rinse aid or drying aid. The product does cross-link and bond to the paint, but you're not getting any nasty high spots or smearing. As I said earlier on, everyone's tested and it has to be right and super easy, because we want everybody to get the experience out of it. We want everybody to have good experiences with it, professional and non-professional. We feel that the products can be, for professionals, the products is going to make your business more, what's the word I'm looking for here? And I use it every single day. I preach it, and it's not even coming to my head. Efficient.
So what is your target market then? Because some brands I know specifically target the consumer market. They that is their main focus. They have got no intention of it going into professional details. Some want everything professional details, and some have got brands within brands. Okay, what are you sort of targeting? Are you targeting everyone really? Okay, you're not sort of limiting to a niche market. You think no, let's market our product. Be anyone from a professional to a first-time user.
Yeah, we are trying to target everybody. I'm a people pleaser, unfortunately. I want everybody to try it. I want everybody to love it. That's not how it's going to be. We do have one detailer at the moment over here who works on nothing but supercars, and wants us to brand products for him, but have it by Chemworx. And he's blown away with the products. But so it's to me, when I was targeting certain people, it just turns out that this is people that the brand that sort of, let me see, what am I trying to say here? The brand was designed for everybody, but it's going towards people that don't mind what they're buying. They're not afraid to spend money on the product. We had one guy at a show last year, and the guy says to his friend, he says, look how expensive that is. And he says, so what? That's good. Buy it. You know what I mean? You're spending a couple of pounds more, and you're getting your premium product. So it's worth it at the end of the day. So I apologise, my daughter was here and she was crying. That's why I was thrown off a wee bit there.
I'm actually very, very similar to that. When I'm looking at a product for myself, for my own use, within reason, I'm not that price sensitive. Okay, the main variable is performance. And if something costs £2, £3, £4, but I know I'm getting enhanced performance out of that, I am trying to find the best products. I suppose that's why I do reviews. And £1 or £2 is not. It's a good question, sort of debate that you actually raise. What are people actually asking and looking for? Are they looking for the cheapest price, irrespective of performance, or are they looking, at the other end of the scale, performance irrespective of price? I don't think I'm not going to pay £100 for a QD. However, if it's the whole, great. Okay, so that's an interesting debate, actually. And we could, Paul, you could probably do a podcast on that in its separate. What variables do actually sways people's buying decisions? And I'm certainly performance over price, because I want the best performing products to use on my own car and to show everyone else, really. So that's
Sorry, Paul, go ahead.
No, so I'm with Andrew at this. I mean, recently I brought some products for my own personal use, and I spent more money than what I normally would. But if that outperforms the cheaper product, then what's the biggest issue? Because I have to use it less often, and I get more for my money. So in the long run, it's cheaper. If you look at it on that sort of thing.
People don't see that, though. People just go for cheap. You know what I mean? It's basically, to answer that question, Andy, I think what we've actually done is create a brand that's now pushing towards people that don't mind spending the money. And some guys just they'll buy it because they know how good it is. But you know, it's you can't please everybody, and I've learned from last year to stop taking things personally. You know, you get guys trying it and loving it, and then boom, they're gone. You don't see them again.
You've got to have a thick skin you've got to have that thick skin in this industry. From what Paul does, what I do, what you do, you're quite right. You're never going to please everyone. There's a lot of conflict in the industry. There's a lot of ego in the industry. There's a lot of, brand loyalty seems to create arguments and all that kind of stuff. So you've just got I think if you're going into the industry, no matter what aspect of the industry you're in, you've got to realize that you're never going to please everyone. You're not going to be friends with everyone. Not everyone's going to agree with you. And countless times, and Paul probably as well, we're constantly having to caveat, this is our user experience. You may have a different user experience, because you just know someone's going to say, well, I did that and it didn't work out for me. So it's fickle. Is it a fickle industry? Don't know. There's lots of brand loyalty gets in the way a lot, in my opinion, especially when you do a review and all that kind of stuff. And certainly from your point of view, you're going to have lots and lots of competitors probably keeping an eye on what you do as well. And it's some of the people at work say it's quite a bitchy industry. I said, well, all competitive industries will be exactly the same. Okay, but you can just be honest, engage with people, build rapport with people, and so your moral compass is where it should be, right in the middle, pointing north to integrity, and then you should be able to, that's all you can do, really. You can't control what other people say and do. But yeah, you definitely got to have a thick skin in this industry to ride out the bad times and enjoy the good times.
Very much so. Very much so.
That was quite deep, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes we need to hear these things too, though.
That's it. Yeah.
It's quite deep for Saturday evening, if you ask me.
I know. I apologise. Get me midweek.
But midweek would be better. I was talking about this earlier with another video creator, on product reviews, and because something works good for me, it might not necessarily work for you. And there's a lot of factors into that. It's the car, the water area. I mean, it's if you're even applying a wax, how do you prep your car to how I prep my car? So someone who living in Scotland or in the Highlands would have better water than what I have. So all that comes into the equation of when you put the final product on your car. But people don't think that. People just think, well, that wax is brilliant because he said so. Well, I mean, that's not worked for me.
It's a good point, and that's what on our, I'm not plugging our Facebook group, that our YouTube and our Facebook, when we launch a video, it's not just this is our user experience of a product, it's to start a discussion. And indeed, there was I did a review on a product, it doesn't matter what the product is, a week ago, and someone commented that they got a slightly different a slightly different result, or there was a problem they found with the product, and I actually welcomed that. I didn't see it as a challenge to my video, and I actually said in the comments that's great. We need to talk about this stuff. This, I am one of thousands of people probably using this product. It is my one user experience, and the worth from these video reviews aren't just what myself or when Paul does his reviews or whatever. It's as long as that discussion afterwards is open and honest, that's what gives video reviews on YouTube, in my opinion, worth. It's the discussion afterwards, the other people's opinions, and it's all about giving people choice. That's why you need to try and when someone disagrees with you on a review, just see it as an open debate. Okay, so what did you do? What did I do? And you might learn something. So don't be so. You can't be defensive over anything in the detailing world. You've just got to give your opinion, as long as that's honest. That's all you can do. But yeah, I welcome people challenging the reviews I do, but as long as it's done in a friendly, constructive way, I will engage with that process.
Cool.
I'm the same. I
As
don't
well,
think there's a right or wrong answer when it comes to products.
No.
What was I going to say?
Everyone's going to have a different opinion.
I see a guy on the Car Boutique who likes to review and in depth. What's his name? I can't even remember his name.
Oh, Steve? Is it one of our guys or someone who posts on us?
Yeah, no, it's one of your
Steve.
No,
Steve.
Andreas.
Andreas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done it. He's been in the industry years and years and years, and he's very, very passionate about his products. He's got a lot of information, and sometimes arguably it could come across as abrasive, but he's being open and honest, and that his evaluation is backed by a lot of experience. Okay, so I read all his stuff, and yeah, they're a long read. Okay, you've got to go and grab yourself a strong coffee, but you just cherry pick out of it what you want, don't you?
Yeah. No, I've seen him about it for a while now, so
we're trying to get him on a podcast. Yeah, we're gonna get him on a hopefully in a podcast over the next month or two. So you're both welcome to come along, jump on, and to get to talk to him face to face, so to speak, would be a really, really interesting, really, to see what makes him tick and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the $1 million question: Wax Stocks 2023. Will you be there?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Paul knows I'm
Are
going.
you gonna? Oh yeah, I think Andrew may have mentioned.
I have never been as a spectator or as a trader. Yeah, it's something I probably should be going to now at this stage. But
you've got to go, Anthony. You've got to go. You've got to go.
Go and hand out flyers.
I think as a trader, it sort of puts you on the map a bit. You know, you're there with the people that are interested in that industry. They're there for a reason, and being possibly the 2-day event for the 10th anniversary, it's a big market. You can really push yourself, and this is what we do: a little 50 mil test, see what you think. Yeah, it's just an example. It doesn't mean what you're going to do.
Yeah, but it would all come down to cost, I suppose, at the end of the day for me. Chemworx is all self-funded. There's been no loans or anything like that. So it's whether it's we put in, probably wax stock, you're probably talking a couple of £1,000 to trade at it. So it's whether it be worth it or not.
Yeah.
You know. Probably would, but because you're not going to get all the new brands there, I suppose. It'll be all the well-known.
I'll convince Anthony offline to go. I'll work on him. I'll do my Jedi mind trick.
I would love to. I would absolutely love to go, and I could talk about Chemworx products all day long. Give them the chance.
Even I mean, it'd be great to see you at the show, obviously. But even if you come just to enjoy the experience, that insight and probably that thirst that you want to be part of it as a trader the following years and all that kind of stuff. So I absolutely love it. It's I look forward to it. As soon as Wax Stock last year finished, I was straight. I work putting leave in for the next one because I can't miss it. I can't miss it.
What dates does it fall on?
Paul knows.
It's the 22nd and 23rd of June, I think. I'll have a look, but I'm pretty sure it's the 22nd and 23rd of June.
I'll price it for the crack and see see what it is. See what it is.
It's I mean, you can drop them an email and see and ask them, pricing and that sort of thing. They're pretty quick at getting back to people. So, Wax Stocks is the 22nd and 23rd of July. I was a month early. I was getting too excited. That's what it was.
That's my birthday. That's my birthday.
Well, there you go.
One more reason to go.
I'll ask for a late 40th birthday present.
Yeah. Apparently, so I hear there is a bar somewhere that a couple of people that like to go and have a couple of drinks.
I don't drink.
No.
I've promised not to drink in the next Wax Stock. All I'll say on that subject is I went to the bar and I can remember I think buying Paul Dolden a Guinness, and then I think he bought me one, and then I cannot remember anything. And I don't know what time I went to bed, but all I know is I wasn't particularly well that evening, and I had to get up and do loads of interviews, and it was funny. But I cannot. I've got a 4 or 5 hour of that evening, so I don't know what happened, but it's certainly not happening again. I am on the coke, and I'm going to enjoy Wax Stock the way I should have enjoyed it last year. But you know what I mean.
I was on the coke the night before, so it didn't bother me. And I saw a lot of sore heads the following morning. A lot of sore heads. Even Andrew's sore head. I saw the following morning.
Mine was. I've never known a hangover like that in my life, and it's not going to happen again.
No, they're not worth it, really, are they? When you think about it.
No.
The good news is, though, you got 2 days to get around the whole show. So if you do drink too much the first night, you're right for the second night.
That's true.
But it's definitely a show to if you're not going to trade at. It's definitely one to go and have a look at for maybe for the know what you're sort of looking at.
Get a feel for it.
It's good for just general networking.
There's plenty of videos on YouTube, so you can have a general look of what's going on. And like Andrew said, networking. Take some flyers with you, take some samples with you in a bag and that. If you bump in and speak to some people, just hand them out. I mean, everyone. Not that I'm encouraging that, because
there was
a lot of people.
There was a company over here. Our biggest show over here would be Dubshed. That's a 2-day event, and that's quite early in the year. It's April, 1st and 2nd of April, and there was a guy who was walking about with a man bag, and he was actually a designer, key rings and all that merchandise stuff. Mm-hmm. And he was going around and hand everybody out flyers and all wee samples and stuff without having to pay the big rent to get in to promote. I would say if any of the organisers had seen him, they could have been maybe turfed. He could have been turfed out. But no, some people are cute, Some people are. And it takes all sorts to be successful, I suppose. At the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you had some business.
Oops, sorry, I've got to shoot now. Okay, that was very, very rude. In fact, hold on.
No, you're fine.
No, hold on. No, I've got another 10 minutes. We're good. I'm so in demand, it's unbelievable. Right.
I'm confused what's going on now. I'm sure if you had business cards, fine. Well, I mean, we're not going to be long anyway, to be fair. If you've got business cards or something like that and you do go along, I'm sure nobody will mind handing business cards out because it's all part of the networking, isn't it?
That's it, I suppose. Yeah.
So it'd be... So Anything in the future coming up, coming out? Something you're processing? Something you're thinking about?
For me,
Yes, for you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm very keen on dipping my toes into the ceramic market. So we have been testing products on that front for a long time. But there's a new technology is going to be available to us very soon. So what we have been doing, we're just going to keep it to one side and get these formulas that's going to come out maybe middle of this year and put them to use and see how it goes from there. I spent a good few numbers of years applying ceramic coatings, and for what they cost, they're very very brittle and very easily destroyed. So we're hoping to make something a wee bit stronger than that, but I'm just not going to go any further in that in case I say too much. But if I do bring out a coating, it's going to be something very special. Don't get me wrong, everything's out there already, but for me, for my brand, it'll be something that people will buy and want to use. And again, then that'll have to be sort of pushed towards a detail network.
I saw an interesting. Sorry, I saw an interesting post. I'm pretty sure I caught it right, but it used to be ceramic, and then the evolution of ceramic was graphene. I saw a post saying something about there's a new wave of, it's called diamond or something. It's the new thing. So I'm pretty sure it was called diamond.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I heard that today.
Coatings used to be diamond infused at the start, if you don't remember. So it's not really a new technology. Maybe it's being rebranded or remarketed. But that's not the first time I've heard that being thrown about, to be quite honest with you. But not to knock anybody. It's been about. But the graphene is 50-50. There's a lot of people sitting on the fence with that as well.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them on the graphene front. I'm not sure. That's all I'll say.
That's that. We done a graphene detailer. Like, it was a limited edition one, but we didn't do much with it other than put a scent in it. That was from a brand in the UK. We just done it for the shows, and I'm glad we didn't do a long run of it, because there'll be a few bottles there that are starting to separate, and we'll not be selling them. So it's just not. It's not there yet, if you ask me. Maybe in the future we can prove to that it is what it said it is. But for me, I've used the AGL graphene Kenzo. I'm approved to use it anyway, so that's the only coating that's ever blown me away as far as slickness and gloss and water behaviour. But if Keon says it's in there and it's working, then that must be, but I don't know. Don't know.
What about you, Paul? Graphene, yes or no?
I'll probably be a bit on the fence to sort of no. It's sort of so when they released the ceramic coating and stuff like that, the ceramic then become a big buzzword and everything else. And then it was like, well, what else can we do? What can we do now? And we've mentioned graphene, and I don't think there's been enough testing, there's not been enough into it. It's just another buzzword at the moment, but things can change and things will move on from that. So, but the answer is I don't know. I need to do a lot more looking at it, I think. A lot more product testing. That's what I think.
We're all still 50-50.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can review it back in a year's time and see what we think from there. There'll be other technologies come out, and graphene might have not hit it off like the others again. Though we'll just have to wait. He's gone.
You lost Anthony, Paul?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So, we just wrap it up from there, shall we?
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, if anyone's out there watching, obviously the millions of people that watch the show, where can they find you, Andrew?
Okay, so thanks, Paul. The Carver Tea on our main discussion forum is on Facebook. Okay, so if they put Carver Tea, they'll see our logo. The sort of landing where we sort of leave them all is our YouTube channel, so the Carver Tea on YouTube. And we've got quite an embryonic Instagram that I'm sort of fighting at the moment. I didn't think I'd do Instagram, but it applies to a different sort of demographic. So we're going to be doing Instagram. Come and join us on that as well. So yeah, that's probably pretty much what we're going to do. I can't think of any other social platforms we're going to have a go with. So yeah, cheers, Paul. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, the Carver Tea.
Excellent. So go check them out and go and have a look. So till next time, there we go.
Cheers, Paul. Take care.